Good afternoon. It is 3:01 p.m. and today's topic is a proposed ordinance related to Board of County Commissioners meeting. This is a public hearing. It is Tuesday, March 29th, 2022. I'm Carolina Mejia, Chair of the Board. To my right is Vice Chair Ty Menser. To my left is Commissioner Gary Edwards. To Commissioner Menser's right is County Manager Ramiro Chavez, as well as Clerk of the Board, Amy Davis. On Zoom, it is Assistant County Manager Robin Campbell. The purpose of this public hearing is to accept and consider public comment on an ordinance amending Thurston County Code, Chapter 2.02, related to regular and special meetings of the Board of County Commissioners. This is a hybrid public hearing. Those wishing to testify in person, join via Zoom, emailed in comment, or mailed in comment. If you wish to testify in person, there is a sign-in sheet in the back of the room. Via Zoom, visit the Thurston County homepage online and select announcements of public hearings on the left-hand side. The information to join this public hearing remotely has been posted there. If you do not wish to testify but would like to listen and follow along, please watch the live stream through the Thurston County YouTube channel to help us manage attendance. Ramiro Chavez, County Manager, will provide information on this topic. The County Manager will call the names who wish to provide in-person testimony. Those on Zoom who wish to testify, the County Manager will read your name out loud. You will have 4 minutes to testify. Time may not be given to another person. When you're called on, please state your name and address for the record. The public hearing is now open. Ramiro Chavez will now present background information about this matter, posting requirements, written comments submitted, and any additional information requested by the board.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Chapter 2.02 of the Thurston County Code is related to regular and special meetings of the Board of County Commissioners. RCW 36.32.038, parenthesis 1, requires the board to hold regular meetings at the county seat to transact any business required or permitted by law. RCW 36.32.080, parenthesis 3, authorizes the board as an alternative option to hold regular quarterly meetings outside of the county seat, but within the county, if the board determines that by motion that holding a public meeting as an alternate location will be in the interest of supporting greater citizen engagement. RCW 36.32090 authorizes the board to hold the special meetings as provided by RCW 42.30080. RCW 42.30.070 requires the board to provide the time of holding regular meetings by ordinance, resolution, bylaws, or whatever other rules required for conduct of the business of the county. This particular ordinance before you, which is the purpose of this public hearing, include modifications again to Chapter 2.02 of the Thurston County Code. Includes sections of the official meeting room, which outlines for now is room 280, building 1 of the Thurston County Courthouse, where you're currently meeting. Regular meetings includes the section, the board will hold regular meetings between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of each week, except holidays and otherwise ordered by the board. In addition, this ordinance includes the board may hold a regular meeting at 6 in the afternoon on the 4th Tuesday of the month. Also includes regular quarterly meetings. Regular quarterly meetings may be held pursuant to RCW as stated 36.32080 parenthesis 3 at a location outside of the county seat within the county if the board determines that holding that meeting in an alternate location will be beneficial for public engagement. Also, this section includes outlining the regular budget meetings. Regular meetings to take comment on the board's preliminary budget for the ensuing fiscal year or years shall be held between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. beginning the first Monday of either October or December. This hearing may be continued for up to 5 consecutive days pursuant to RCW 36.40.070 and 0071. Also, this ordinance includes the board hereby delegates authority to the assistant county manager to set the budget calendar, set the time of the public hearings on the budget, and issue notice of public hearings on the budget in accordance to Chapter 36.40 of the RCW. Action at regular meetings. The board may take action at any regular meetings or regular quarterly meetings. Action shall be taken, set forward in accordance to RCW 42.30020. The agendas. For each regular meeting, the board will prepare an agenda and provide it for the in accordance to RCW 42.30077. An agenda will be available online no later than 24 hours in advance of the published start time of the meeting. Cancellation of meetings. The chair of the board, at his or her discretion and in coordination with the county manager, may cancel any regular daily, quarterly, or budget meetings as needed. Also includes the definition of special meetings. Special meetings may be called at any time by the chair of the board or a majority of the board. Meetings that differ from the time and location of the regular meetings as outlined in RCW 2.02.010 and 020. Special meetings outside the county seat. A special meeting may be held outside of the county seat at any location within the county as provided again by RCW 36.32.090. If the agenda items or items are the unique interest of concern of the citizens of that portion of the county. Join special meetings with another county. Any two or more county legislative authorities may hold a joint special meeting as provided by RCW 36.32090 at the county seat or other agreed upon location within the jurisdiction of a participating county. And the agenda items have to be related actions and considerations of mutual interest of both legislative authorities. The ordinance before you also, draft ordinance before you also include the specific notice for special meetings. Also outlines the action of the special meetings. The actions the board may consider during the special meetings in accordance to RCW 42.30020 parenthesis 3 may only be taken on those items listed on the notice of the special meeting. So any agenda items cannot be changed after that it has been published. Also includes cancellation of the special meetings. Includes also minutes, executive sessions, adjournments, and continuances. The minutes of all regular meetings and special meetings except for executive session of the board shall be promptly recorded as such records shall be open to public inspection. Records of some of the regular special meetings of the board could include video or audio tape or both. Such records will be made available to the public. Includes also a section of executive sessions. It includes a section including adjournments, continuances. It also includes a section where outlines the attendance of meetings by telephone or video conferencing. Any member of the board may attend any board meetings by telephone or video conference provided. However, equipment must be available at the location of the meeting, which will allow all present at the meeting, including the public, to hear the member's voice as for the members participating in all the meeting. That is the outline of the ordinance. And just last week, the governor signed into law the engrossed substitute House Bill 1329, which is related changes to the Open Public Meetings Act in essence. So I'm just going to give you a summary. A copy of the bill is included for you, and a copy of the bill is available for the public here in the back. And the reason we're going to be highlighting some of the elements of this bill is perhaps after this public hearing, you may consider closing the public hearing, continuing the public hearing. As you heard this morning, continuing the public hearing, you have to continue to a specific date and time. At this point, my suggestion will be at the end, I will provide a suggestion as how you may want to proceed at that point. And the reason is, I think it creates an opportunity for this ordinance to be modified from the version that you have before you today to incorporate the changes outlined on the engrossed substitute House Bill 1329. This bill, in summary, includes public agencies are encouraged to provide for increased public access and participation in governing body meetings through real-time telephone, internet, or other rapidly available means to remote access to the meeting that does not require an additional cost accessing the meetings. Public agencies are also encouraged to make an audio and video recording of or to provide a streaming option for all regular meetings the governing body meets, and to make the recordings of such meetings available online for at least 6 months. House Bill 1329 also includes that when the public is excluded from a meeting because a governing body is holding an executive session, the purpose of excluding the public that is announced at the meeting must be entered into the minutes of the meeting, which for the most part we practice that. Also includes elements of public comment. And it states the public comment can be taken orally at the meeting or by providing an opportunity for submitting written comments prior to the meeting. And this is related to any items that perhaps the board may consider as a final action items during your session. That's in just this bill. This bill also provides some latitude for virtual and meetings outside of the emergency declaration. And I will stop right there just to entertain any questions the board members may have.
Questions, Commissioner Edwards?
I guess, could we also explain to the public, our cover for the public this morning, our discussion on should we cancel this meeting and have one meeting, because this information is brand new, but yet if we were to cancel, then it causes confusion. So we have confusion kind of either way we go here.
Yeah, maybe I can encapsulate the conversation this morning. As I stated to the board this morning, this particular bill was signed into law last week. So I became aware after the governor signed maybe Thursday or Friday. So I brought this to your attention. The board discussed this morning whether you should cancel this public hearing, since the ordinance that is before you most likely will change to incorporate the changes of House Bill 1329. My response to that was, you could have canceled this public hearing. However, it wouldn't give us enough notice for the public who was already planning on coming to notify this public hearing has been canceled. And that's why the board decided to continue on with this public hearing. Did I address your question, Commissioner?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Commissioner Menzer?
No questions. We didn't kick up this morning.
I have no questions as well. Okay.
I guess I would request, Madam Chair, if we have one commenter, which is what it looks like, could we expand public comment to 5 minutes?
Sure, Commissioner.
Sure.
Okay. Okay, so with that, we'll go into public testimony. So,
Let us reset the clock for a second to 5 minutes.
yes. Okay, Mr. Pettit, you're the only one on our list, so you have 5 minutes, sir.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. My name is John Pettit. I live on Rich Road Southeast, East Olympia. And I guess what I'm thinking here is, first of all, I'm actually going to give some kudos to Mr. Menzer. There we go. It's happened. And actually, it happened about a year ago, because under Mr. Menzer, he decided we should go ahead and extend the time for 4 minutes from what was 3 minutes. It's very difficult to be able to elaborate on any particular issue. And when it comes to the particular ordinance you're dealing with, I can tell you that, yes, it predated, the whole ordinance predated the existence of anybody that's currently on the Board of County Commissioners. I have been in this topic for many years about the issue. I think that one of the first things that I want to mention here is that as a legislative body, which is what you as commissioners are, you are representing the public. And public comment is completely about the concept of engaging the public into government. It's not a spot to try to deny or eliminate the public's involvement, but to engage them and bring them into the discussion, because you're representing them. So going to 5 minutes, boy, this might even be work for me to get there. But I'm gonna deal with a couple things. First of all, I am gonna tell you that I appreciated some overview of the suggested ordinance. There is so many things which I personally think that is significant, but unfortunately, it'll probably cause litigation to even consider it. Let's use the word, the county seat. The county seat. Where's the county seat? The county seat is at the courthouse, and the courthouse is where the courts are. That's a requirement that you have to have it at the county seat. But yet, there's still discussion about moving all of the meetings over to another location. You can't have 2 county seats. You can only have 1 county seat. So we have a problem here to begin with, especially if there's a move. If there's no move, then there's no problem. The discussion about agenda, 24 hours in advance. If you want to engage the public, you can't try to hope that they're watching every single day, every hour, for when a new topic might come up that they might want to be engaged with. This short term, while that's the requirement by law, doesn't mean it has to be the requirement by the Board of County Commissioners. The county commissioners could, for instance, decide we're going to have an agenda posted for a meeting for the large portion 3 days in advance of a meeting, so the public actually has a chance. They don't have to be watching every day. Why would you want them to have to watch every day down to the minute whether or not it got put on the agenda or not? And so the public should be given proper notice. And 24 hours isn't it. 24 hours, I can't even get a few phone calls out to different people in 24 hours if there's something. And there's some big topics coming up that you already know, like impervious surfaces. That's a big topic. And yet the public really will not know. We're here at this meeting right now because essentially I made enough of a stink about the problem of what these meetings are and the notice and everything. Now, one of the big objections which I'm going to have is this. You're posting the meetings as being basically Monday through Friday from 8 o'clock in the morning till 5:30. You're saying that's the realm of when we can have meetings. That does not provide a time for a meeting. That provides a realm of time. That means when you're in your offices in here, you're in a public meeting for all practical purpose. Okay, that doesn't really work. So I'm going to ask you, what time is it? Is it Monday through Friday right now? Is that what you're going to tell me? Or are you going to tell me it's 3:20 in the afternoon? We have a lot of issues that need to be cleared up, and I'd be open to having some personal discussion with any or all of you, individually or together, about what I see as important changes. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. And I don't see anybody else in the Zoom, Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you. Okay, any discussion, Commissioner Edwards?
Well, a lot of the topics that Mr. Pettit brought up are worth discussion, but the main thing is this new law that was just recently signed by the governor. And I want to make sure we stay within the legal boundaries. So I guess I'm going to advocate that we close this meeting rather than, was it postpone?
Continuing.
Rather than continue, because continue apparently is too specific about when we need to start again. So we may have to have another hearing once we incorporate the new law into this ordinance that has now been worked on for a year or two,
Actually, it's been a little longer,
longer than that.
probably 15, 16 months.
Okay. Anyway, so that's kind of where I'm at on that, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Commissioner Menzer?
I agree that we should close the meeting because we've had 2 hearings on what we've had, and we didn't need to have any. We've had 2. It may be that the new thing is going to change so much that we want to have one, but it may be that all we're going to do is conform to legal requirements. And it may be that we decide we don't need to have a 3rd hearing on something that's just changed from what we're just trying to conform to law. I don't know. Depends on if there's choices for us to make or if it's just, here's what you got to do. So, and the 3rd is that, as I learned at my training, WASAC training, we have to have a specific time and date, and we don't actually know exactly when that ought to be. So for all of those reasons, let's close and reschedule if needed.
Yep.
So I'll make a motion to close this public hearing.
I'm in agreement. Go ahead, sir.
I just made that motion.
And
Is there a second?
Okay, there we go. It's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion on this?
no, ma'am.
Okay, with that, I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Edwards?
Aye.
Commissioner Menzer?
Aye.
Commissioner Mejia?
Aye. Okay, this hearing is closed.
And now we've got the county manager.
County Manager?
Just for the benefit of the public, next steps, I will be working in incorporating some of the changes of 1329. My first read of 1329, for the most part, we already outlined current practices to those requirements. And then I will put in a bill format some of the changes associated with 1329, and I will organize a work session with the board to go through those changes as I have practiced that in the past. I don't have time at this point. Forgive me. Excuse me.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, with that, we are adjourned. No.
She's pretty mean with that, isn't she?